What's going on, everyone? John Matrix here with another Hunt Showdown video for you. So E3 is come and gone, and the Hunt Showdown devs were at E3, and at E3 they had about a 30-second or so video showing off some upcoming content for Hunt Showdown. Some of that's up on the test server already, so if you want to, you can just download the test server and try out some of the new changes. They also did an interview at E3, though, going over some other things coming to Hunt Showdown, some stuff they still have in development, as well as showing off some other gameplay videos that have never previously before been seen. So I'm just going to go over that video and give some commentary on the video. I'm going to be pausing the video from time to time to talk about it. I'll have the unedited, the link to the unedited video down in the description, so you can watch the full video by yourself if you want to, without any of my commentary, without any of the pausing. So with all that being said, just get the video going here. Throwing knives, crossbows, hand crossbows, sticky bombs, and this new eel monster thing, which is creepy AF.
Welcome back, guys. E3 on Twitch. I'm here with Ezekiel, me DJ Tech Live, and in between, introduce yourself.
I'm Chris Odie. I'm the level design director on Hunt.
And I'm Angela Castro. I'm the product manager.
Hunt Showdown, a game that many of you have been playing a lot of, and now I have been. And can you go ahead and start telling us a little bit about the game for the audience that is interested, that haven't really gotten a chance to jump in early access?
So Hunt is a competitive first-person monster hunting game. So we got 10 players in a map, and they're all hunting down the same target. You start off, you recruit a hunter, you're going to be looking for clues, all finding the target, trying to get the, the bounty, banish the guy, grab it, and escape. Everyone's fighting against each other. Everyone's trying to get that bounty. There's only one or two available, 2 targets max. We've got 1 or 2. We have a spider guy called the Spider.
Oh, yeah. That thing is terrifying.
Yeah,
we hear that a lot.
Yes. And then we have a guy called the Meathead and Butcher.
The
Butcher. I always call him Butcher. I'm so sorry.
Did you change your name on me?
Yeah. We have the Butcher, so he's a little bit more hardcore.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. When it comes...
So just some gameplay here.
It's not like, okay, we beat a team, we can grab the bounty, and we're safe.
Yeah.
It's danger all the way to the finish line.
Yeah. So when you actually get the bounty, is that every other player can see you, right? They're going to see exactly where you are. They see exactly where you're coming from.
So this lighting here is kind of one of the first things they're going to talk about. They have a new flare gun in there, which is in the test server now. And it looks like it's going to be a better version of just the in general flares that you throw out. I believe it's a tool that you buy. It might be a consumable. I haven't had a chance to use the test server yet. But... yeah, so you have a flare gun that you can throw out to give some more lighting, and it can be used to set things on fire as well, which they'll show in this video.
And they're going to try to hunt you down. So the game is built a lot around the the idea of tension. So we have a lot of audio cues, a lot of visual clues that you can see what other people are, where they're coming from, and you're constantly on edge trying to figure out where these guys are. You go around a corner at any minute, you could be a dead man. So.
Oh my goodness. Jesus. As intense as it is, you talked about some new things.
Some new things are coming, yeah. We're actually seeing new footage. This is exclusive right now on Twitch. This is the first time
There you go, flare gun.
Yes.
Set the spider on fire.
No, this is all new. So this is the flare gun you're seeing right now. This is a new item. It's going to be able to light up the nights a lot. You can see it right now lighting up AI, so it's pretty flexible. It's not going to take up a weapon slot. This is our Tomahawks trait, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah. So the world weapons we have.
So this is on the test server as well, and all the big axes and sledgehammers that you can find on the map, you're able to throw those now. So that's a new trait.
Will actually be weapons that you can throw. You can pick them up and kind of launch them. We had these world weapons before that didn't have super much use in the game, but these can now be thrown and used as ranged weapons as well.
And also a lot of people on Discord have been asking us when can I throw this hatchet?
So what you're going to see here, this is the hive bomb. So this is like the attack that the hive does.
Oh my
God. You can use it yourself. So it's like a homing weapon.
Yes.
It'll kind of zero in on these guys and check.
So again, this is something that I believe is already on the test server, the hive bombs. And yeah, this looks like it could be a pretty OP grenade. It's going to be a grenade that a lot of people are going to use. You throw it out there, it homes in on people with the hive bugs. And I believe you need an antidote to use to essentially cancel the effect. So bringing an antidote shot along is going to be much more important now, for sure. So yeah,
place them down, and you can kind of use the antidote to get rid of the poison effect if it comes to you.
You will see in a bit.
Yeah, that'll happen in a second, actually. Yeah.
I honestly thought you said hype bomb.
The hype bomb. Yeah.
Like, you throw it and it's like Darude Sandstorm starts playing like.
It really gives away your position, which is.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think you throw it at another player and the hype surrounds them, and
yeah, a lot of fireworks going on.
But you actually mentioned your Discord and people talking to you. I actually wanted to know. I wrote this down. You've made improvements to the game. Take us through that process. And I'm assuming like fan communication has something to do with that.
Yes. Yeah. So we launched the game on early access on February 22nd, and we have, of course, like besides our social media channels, we listen to our people on Discord. We have
such
over
action,
20,000
much
people
wow.
just every day there talking. So it's pretty intense, but
yeah, they're just showing up the hive bomb a lot here.
A lot of the time. So we're always listening. We also have a feedback platform where people can submit ideas.
User voice.
And people can.
And it's interesting how in that last little scene at the end there, and actually I'll just see if I can rewind it just a quick little bit here. If you watch at the end of this here, the perspective that we're looking through, the player, he uses an antidote shot, and the hives are on him. He uses the antidote shot, and then the hive moves on to his partner. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. So use an antidote shot, they go off of you, but they can go on to your partner after that.
People just every day there talking. So it's pretty intense, but
yeah, he's getting hit by the hive now.
A lot of the time.
Pulls out an antidote shot and uses it.
We also have a feedback platform where people can submit
ideas. Kind of chase after his partner.
And people can vote on their ideas. So it's really cool for us to quantify what.
So right there, bear traps are a new thing that's in the game, and these are world spawn items, I believe. That's like the hatchet and the sledgehammer that you find around the map. So you can find these bear traps around the map and place them. And as you can see here in the gameplay, you can just sit there and melee them to disarm them. So it's pretty interesting. People
want. So we sit together, like from the marketing team, from the community managers, we sit with the development team, and we try to turn all of these ideas, or all of these, for example, game balancing suggestions, into actionable items that we can put into the roadmap.
Yeah.
So
So as you can see from the gameplay there, you melee them to disable them once someone else has put them down, and then you can pick them up and replace them. So obviously in this demo here, they're just kind of placed wide out in the open, but you know, a smart player will be able to place them in areas and bushes and stuff where it's going to be much harder to see. These are on the test server too, I believe, now. So it'll be interesting to see what these traps kind of bring to the game for people who are smart about placing them. And now you're also going to have to be aware about finding them. The one thing that I'm interested or curious to know is if I place down a bear trap and then I walk in the bear trap, can I set it off? Because that also will have certain implications on gameplay.
We are always working together when trying to figure out, okay, what do we prioritize? We have all these ideas for the game ourselves, but we know that we have to add all of these cool.
So you can see from there, the armor steps on the trap and it basically disables him. He has the slow effect on him now because it's taking out his legs and then much easier to kill. So it can be used against zombies. It's not just for players.
Stuff that the community wants.
I mean, a few things that you're not going to see in the video that we're actually adding coming from community kind of requests. Like right now, we're going to talk also a little bit about a new feature that is not shown here called the boost. So this is a huge change to the game at the moment.
Like a literal boost? Like, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. So what we add is...
So there's a couple things going on here, but what he's talking about with the boost is on the test server as well, and I'll just let him talk about that. But he's also going to... Yeah, the boost stuff is up on the test server, which is something you should try out as well. It basically gives you vision of the other players in the map once you have the bounty, so that you can see people camping around you in a certain radius. So
we wanted to address the idea of camping around the boss targets, right?
Okay.
So if you played it a lot, you know that people often like sit around.
So again, right there, player walks in, he gets hit by the trap, gets stuck, and then becomes an easy kill. So it looks like it has like a rooting effect for anyone who has played MOBAs. Looks like once the trap clamps down on you as a player, it looked like he was stuck there, but that could have just been for demonstration purposes. So that again, interesting gameplay element added to the game.
We'd rather just wait for people to go in and do the hard work, and then you kind of
go in at the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the idea right now is that if you go in and you're the one that takes the target down, you do the banish, you've taken the risk. When you grab that bounty, you're going to get what we call the boost, and what it does is it changes your dark vision for like we give you like a pool of time that you can spend when you want. And what it does is it will make sure that your dark vision shows up the positions of other players within a radius, right? So within 100, 150 meters, you're going to see where other teams are, right? So you can plan your escape and you can figure out how to get out there in the best way. Now, that is a limited thing. It's not going to last forever. You're not going to see players across the map, but it's going to give you a bit of an advantage and an edge. And in terms
Why didn't you kill the person there?
Really
I don't know, but I guess he wants to show
kill and get the banish themselves.
How stealthy he is.
It could be also in the future that we will allow that if you drop a bounty and it still has a charge left on it, then you pick it up, you'll still get what's left of the charge.
So there's a lot of shots in this video of the crossbows and one-shotting people with the crossbows. And I hope that's not what the actual case is. I hope that this is just for demonstration purposes. I really hope that none of the crossbows are just one-shot kill mechanic weapons. Granted, they are probably very close quarter weapons and they're silenced weapons, but I just don't really care for one-shot mechanic weapons, especially, in a game like Hunt Showdown where there's permadeath. So, yeah, hopefully that's not the case, but that is something that seems to be displayed in this demo a lot, or through this gameplay a lot. Both this crossbow and the hand crossbows, people seem to die in one shot quite often. So hopefully that's not the case.
And you can use it to kind of see the positions of other players and stuff like this, but it was a big game changer for us. So we're really excited to see what people think.
And as you can see right there, he just pulled the arrow out of or the bolt out of the player that he killed back. And then on this pause screen, you notice that there is weather effects in here now. There's fog. So fog is going to be coming, and possibly other weather effects coming into the current map.
Think of that and their reaction to it, and
we'll be showing it very soon. So.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. We also are introducing a few features that players were demanding as well. Spectator mode is
off
coming.
some sticky bombs.
Oh my goodness.
If you're dead.
Yeah.
And then this is also explosive arrows or bolts for the crossbow. So they're gonna have explosive tip bolts on the crossbow here. So that's also another interesting gameplay mechanic. And hopefully those aren't too strong in PvP. Again, don't need one-shot mechanics, and this is also going to add a more aimable, direct AoE damage type to the game. Because you'll be able to shoot these from further away and be more accurate with them than grenades. So it'll be interesting to see how this gets balanced out, because those could be really strong.
No one wants to look at the sky anymore, right? When you're dead, you want to see your buddy and see what he's seeing. So if you're in a team, you'll be able to see.
So right there, it did not one-shot the armor, but I mean, there's a difference between the armor zombies and people, but it did take out its legs. So again, don't know how much damage it's going to do or how big the AoE splash is, but hopefully it's not too OP.
Through his eyes. We're
also the death screen as well.
The death screen,
you'll be able to see who killed you, what weapon killed you.
So you had to go in the sky, or
and then he takes the meathead there out in one hit, but
so
who knows how much
damage
had already been taken.
Which is what you just described, like the replay thing, like the end of session thing. That's a lot kind of more down the road for us.
So from that last little bit right there, it doesn't look like the AoE splash damage is too large. He shot one zombie, blew it up. The other one got hurt, but it didn't die. So doesn't look like it was too necessarily large.
Immediately right now, we just want to show who killed you, how far away they were, with what weapon, so players can understand a bit like what the situation was at the time, right?
And so they're also talking about how they're going to be adding spectator mode and a death screen where you get some more information about who killed you with what weapon from what distance. They're going to be refining it a little bit more down the line. They have kind of a first iteration of it up on the test server right now, but it's going to be refined much more down the line.
And then the final thing we have is the looting. So looting was really high up on the wish list for players. We've introduced like our first version of it, which is going to be you can pick up ammo off death.
So again, right there, throwing knives, which I hope again are not a one-shot mechanic. It's definitely going to be a weapon that's a close range kind of weapon, but I don't want any kind of like running around Call of Duty knife builds where you're just, you know, running around just one-shotting people in close quarters with knives. That would take away from the overall game play, you know. And then he also is bringing up in his commentary about looting, where they have a first iteration of looting in the game right now, where you can get ammo back from other players that you've killed, and you have, I believe, a 25% chance to refill any kind of consumables. So any kind of health consumables or potentially a grenade that you brought in that you've already used up, you have a 25% chance of that being refilled. So there is a looting mechanic, and he kind of, I believe, alludes to them refining that a little bit more and adding more to it. So maybe in the future, we might see some kind of looting mechanic where you can get weapons somehow off of people, but right now they don't want that in the game. So we'll see what happens with that in the future.
At Hunters, if you took a consumable in, then there's a chance as well that you can pick the consumable up and get it replaced.
That was definitely huge.
So one-shotting zombies, which that with a knife is fine. It's just one-shotting people. I don't
know if you have a count since the game started in early access.
Again, one-shotting with the crossbow, but who knows how damaged they are.
I don't know, like several, I'd say we had.
Bigger updates,
and this is the hand crossbow, not the full crossbow.
The performance patch, which was one of our first big main patches, and it was a performance update, so we were focusing mostly on that. And right after, we had a content patch, like patch 1. And it was a bit weird to call it content patch because it was not that it was only content, and from now on we are not doing only performance or only content. We're trying to mix everything up because we have different teams working on different things. So we're able to actually mix both of them.
Again, getting the ammo off the person you killed.
And the last big update was we added scopes to the game.
Oh wow,
that's huge.
Yeah.
I know a couple people are going to be excited about that.
And we also, I mean, we had a.
So, seeing the hand crossbows, it'll be interesting if in the future, whenever they add the dual wield trait for like pistols, if you can dual wield hand crossbows. That'll be kind of an interesting mechanic if you're able to do that or not.
We had like kind of these long time periods between patches, like 6-7 weeks, and we thought that's not getting content out quickly.
Again, more gameplay
to get
and
smaller things and just deliver them more quickly. So now we're shipping patches every couple of weeks. We did a huge update on the performance side of things, the back-end stability, and did a lot of improvements on that. So
speaking of that, patch 1.5 is what we're.
So as you mentioned right there, basically they're saying that they're going to try to get new patches out every couple of weeks. You know, from the time it launched in early access till now, there's really only been one, maybe two, you know, major updates. They had one big performance update, and then they had the last one that added some content with the scopes. But it was a long time in between where we got updates. So they're, you know, trying to work on getting updates out more frequently, which hopefully means more content's going to be coming out more frequently. And yeah, so the game's going to keep evolving, and they're going to keep adding to it. So, good sign.
We're going off of right now. You have some key features that a lot of people were asking for, especially me. Audio is a big thing for me because I use like stereo surround sound stuff. And when you hear a bullet, you know, hit something, you want to know what direction it came from. So you guys made some improvements on audio, and what's some other stuff that you added?
I mean, the stuff that we just basically went through, this the spectator mode and stuff, is going to come real soon. We're not giving actual specifically date that's going to be, just because it might be a few days here and there, and we don't want to, you know. It will be really, really, really soon. It will come incrementally, but we're not going to put any specific time on that. Another thing I just forgot.
Eel Monster, I think.
We'll be giving you more information soon about another map.
And there you go. That's another big announcement that they just said. They have confirmed that they are working on another map for Hunt Showdown. So there we go. Confirmation from the devs in the interview. There will be more maps. When it will be or what it will be, I have not heard. I've heard rumors that it might be some kind of other Louisiana Bayou map, but we'll see. So more maps confirmed coming to Hunt Showdown soon.
Because you knew it was coming. I was like, roadmap down the line, a little loose.
It's again something, you know, players were really asking a lot about, like, when are we going to get new maps, new content, stuff like that.
Maps, new hunts.
Yeah, there will
be mercenaries.
Yeah, we'll do that.
It's coming, guys. They know. They already know.
Is there like, because with video gamers, sometimes they have a tendency to get outlandish and stuff like that. What has been the oddest request to put in the game that has gained some traction?
Oh God, good question. The oddest request, I don't know. I mean, none of them are really odd.
They're not? Okay.
No,
Okay.
the community is like amazing at suggesting stuff. They have some really cool ideas. Like I know that they've discussed werewolves a lot.
And that's what I was gonna say. That people want werewolves,
Yeah.
or that they
Who
want
doesn't
like
want a werewolf
pet
boss?
wolf that reveals the location of other people.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
can
yeah,
like
like
sniff
a-
people out.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of
But,
cool,
I
a little
mean,
pet
we
wolf
have
thing.
hellhounds in the game, and they're
Okay.
pretty scary.
Yeah,
You don't want to get close to
No,
them.
those things do not play.
Yeah.
Oh, we
no.
buffed them recently as
Oh,
well. Yeah,
what?
Yeah.
They were already destroying me.
Yeah. Now they're gonna get double destroyed.
Gosh.
Okay, so I'll be totally honest with you. I haven't had a chance to check out the game yet. How do I jump into this? Like, say I don't have any friends,
So this is the end of the interview here. They're just wrapping up.
but I want to jump in and play. What do I do?
The best place you can go if you need a buddy to play with is go to the Discord. There's so many players.
Yeah,
there
you can
who will
find
help
their
you out,
community
join up
Discord.
with you, go out there, and it makes it a much better experience when you have a friend there. You're talking to them, you're kind of learning how things are. The community we have right now is actually friggin' amazing. Those guys are like super awesome. They're always helping people out, like getting people into the game and discussing stuff with them, teaching them how to play. It's been awesome. So I would say grab on the Discord, get on there, talk to people, hook up, and go play it.
Do you guys have voice chat rooms and stuff like
Oh,
that
yeah,
for
yeah,
people?
yeah. Yeah,
for
for
people to
Discord.
play?
Yeah, I'm just going to let
So you
the
can
video
the whole
finish
thing.
with the
Yeah.
interview here.
That's pretty dope.
That's great. Well,
We
guys,
even
thank you.
have guys that created their own channels for their different kind of languages.
Oh,
So like we have Swedish channels, we have Portuguese channels, we have Spanish.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so very much. The last bit, where can they find it really quick?
HuntShowdown.com. We're on Steam.
All right, well, thank you. Well, guys, don't go anywhere. We have more content coming your way. Stay put.
All right, so that's the overall interview, talking about some of the new stuff and showing some of the gameplay elements coming. Again, just kind of a wrap up. It's fog and weather effects coming. New maps been confirmed. They showed off the bear traps, the new tomahawk trait where you can throw the hatchet and the sledgehammer that are in the game. Throwing knives, crossbows. Those seem to be one-shot mechanic weapons from the demo they played, but that could just be for demo purposes. Hopefully that's not the case. Hive bomb, flare, those are already up on the test server. The crossbows and the throwing knives, I believe, are not up on the test server at the moment. So that's going to be something that's coming down the line. But yeah, also confirmed new maps, and again, weather effects. So a lot of new stuff that's coming for Hunt Showdown. A lot of stuff that they're working on. They haven't said any specific dates, as he mentioned. They're not giving out any specific dates because they don't know exactly when some of the stuff's going to be done. But he did say this stuff's going to be released incrementally over time. So, and as they were saying, they're going to be releasing more and more patches more often. So every couple weeks we should see a new patch with hopefully some new content that they're adding to the game. And they've got the test server up, so they're going to be doing stuff on the test server. So some of this new content's already up on the test server, so again, go ahead and download it and try it out if you want to. But that's going to pretty much wrap this up. Again, I'm going to have the link for the full interview down below, so you guys can watch it without any of my commentary and without me pausing and interrupting anything if you want to watch it that way. But yeah, other than that, you can follow me on Twitter at JohnMatrix69. You can catch me live streaming Hunt Showdown and other games on twitch.tv/JohnMatrix69. I have a community Discord. The link for that's going to be down below in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.